say what was on. I tried so hard to tell. To say what was on. Say what was on. I tried so hard to tell. I can't stop crying. To say what was on. I tried so hard to tell. To say what was on. I tried so hard to tell.
What you smoking over here?
Nothing.
Vape, vape, or I mean, no vape.
To say what was on.
That
I tried so hard to tell. To say what
Yo,
was
real
on.
shit though.
I tried so hard to tell. I can't stop crying.
I met Leslie and I was bartending, so yeah.
Yo, what's up? We fucking ready. Yo, what's going on? This your boy RECKLSSS with the RECKLSSS podcast, man. We are back, episode 106, kicking it with comedian Blue. What's going on?
What's going down, baby?
Man, what's going on, everybody? We are live on YouTube Music, and Facebook. This is the RECKLSSS podcast, HoustonCityBeat.com. We are the storytellers of Houston. Man, what's up, man?
Shit, not much, man. Love being back in Houston, man. Like, you know, travel all over Texas, man. I love Houston. My homeboy Lobo, give a shout out Lobo. He brought me here to Houston, man, back in like 2006, man. I just been loving it ever since, man.
That's dope,
So,
man. That's
man.
real dope, man. For real, for real.
I come from like a small town, man, like back in like Abilene, Texas. If anybody knows anything about Abilene, Texas, it ain't nothing but you know, shit kickers, steers, and queers. But it's all good, man. It was a small town, you know, so kind of ventured off, you know. I was always like the little class clown of everything, you know, and my I've always, you know, always made people laugh, man. So that was kind of my thing, was always put a smile on people's faces and stuff.
Man, I like that, man. Actually, we need to back out real quick, and then we coming right back and give us 10. Okay, we are back. We are back. Man, what's going on, man? See, I can't see all the comments. Now we can see all the comments, man. We got everybody in this bitch already. Yeah. Man, what's going on, everybody, man? For real.
Yo, Lobo.
Man, we got Angel here. We got Gutter K Slit, man. Stan Antonio, stand up.
Oh,
Man, we
shit,
got my
Santone.
guy Terry in the house. Brand Rising, my guy, for real.
Hell yeah.
Man, we got that guy E45 in the house. What's
in the
going
house.
on, brother,
What's up,
man? Yo, y'all check out E45, man. One of the coldest rappers in Texas, man. Real shit.
Hell
For
yeah.
real. Yeah, 106
My
and
boy
counting.
Terry.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
That's a drive. Welcome to the city, G. Yo, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I do got sober 3, spent 2 years there. Hell yeah. I just got sober, spent 2 years. Okay, hell yeah. Laughter is for
Congratulations
medicine.
on getting that soberness, man. That's a hard thing to do, man. Not a lot of people can do that. You know, that's a good thing.
Yes, sir. For real. Man, we're gonna go ahead and get to it, man. I'm gonna give everybody a little backstory, you know what I mean? I met Blue hit me up a few months back, wanted to get on the show, telling me he's a comedian, but he works out of town, you know what I mean? Life went on. I didn't hear from Blue for a few months, and then he hits me back up. Hey, I'm in town. You know, let's do this. Put me on your. No, actually, I was promoting for our show we had in December.
It was,
the Reckless 100 celebration, and he hit me up. He was like, "Hey, if you have any room, anybody drops out, I would love to be on there." And when I say consistent, this dude is consistent every fucking day. This dude hit me up. Hey, if anybody drops out, I'm your guy. Hey, if anybody drops for a month. For a full month.
Hell yeah.
And it's like, how can you say no? You know what I mean? And I respect that hustle and grind. Like the average person would be like, damn, this dude's fucking annoying. But me personally, I loved it. I love this dude's grind. I'm like, yo, this dude, every fucking day, this dude's hit me up, wanted to work. And I fucking love that, bro. I love it. So we put him on stage. And to make it even better, it was where he used to work at. You know what I mean? So it was like everything went full circle for the cat. You know what I mean? So like I said, let's tell you about where you're originally from. People think you're from Houston. Tell everybody the small country town you're from.
Man, I wish I was from Houston, man. I wish I could claim Houstonian, bro. I wish I could, man. But you know, there's a lot of respect for Houston, man. So I ain't gonna claim that. I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm from Abilene, Texas. Like, actually, it's a small town north of Abilene, Texas, man. It's like it's called Hamlin, Texas.
Okay.
That's where I usually grew up. Small town, man. You blink, you're gonna miss it. You know, and so I grew up there. And I came down to Abilene. You know, lived in Abilene a little bit, and moved to Fort Worth. Ended up in Dallas, and I went to school in McKinney. You know, graduated. Tried to be an electrician. Tried to move to, you know, tried to do a lot of things, and you know, just nothing ever worked out, man. It was just, you know, but I was always making people laugh, man. No matter where I went, no matter what I did, no matter how many troubles I had in my life, man, I would always make people laugh. You know, that was my thing. That was everything that I used to do. So. You know, and I never really wanted to be a comedian. I never thought I could do it, you know, but I worked at this place called Rocky's Piano Bar, and they had pianists, you know, they would play pianos, and they would make jokes and play the piano and stuff like that. And so when they would take breaks, they would ask me like, hey, can you get on stage and kind of just entertain the crowd while they're taking a break? And so that's where it all started, man. So I get on stage and I'm like, hey, how's everybody doing? You know, I get to know the crowd. I'm like, hey, so we got some couples in here. You know, they're gonna take a break. You know, I'm Blue. I'm gonna entertain y'all for a minute. Let's get to know y'all. Like, we got a couple here. It's y'all's birthday. Oh, congratulations! Give me a round of applause.
Working the crowd.
Working the crowd. I didn't know what I was doing. I was basically just freelancing the whole thing. And then all of a sudden, this guy comes up to me. He's like, hey, man, I do comedy shows. And he's like, have you ever done comedy before? And I was like, nah. And he's like, dude, you just did comedy. Like, that was improv. I was like, really, what's that? And I was like, what the hell is that? And he goes, bro, he's like, man, you should do this more. And then, you know, and growing up, man, I had friends tell me, dude, you should be a comedian. And I'm like, really? Like, you know, they were like, just because, you know, I tell a story, and then all of a sudden at the end of the story, and it would be a real live story. Like, no bullshit. It'd be like a real story. But at the end of the story, it was like it ended up funny. They're like, they be laughing their ass off. They're like, damn, bro, like, you need to go put that on stage, you know? And I never did it, man, until when I got in. I met Leslie Jackson, and
big shouts to LMFJ, man, for real. That's that beat you just heard from LMFJ when we started this episode.
Yeah, I met Leslie Jackson, and we was at remember that food truck rally, man? I know you remember that. He was cooking that crawfish, man. He was talking about how he was a DJ and all this, and so I started following him, you know, and then I started liking his music and all this, and that's where when y'all collaborated, man,
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, like, you know, what's up, man? You got my boy on your shit. Yeah, I got to follow you, then. You know, so
Yeah,
that's
cool
kind of how it
dude,
played
man.
out. And
Cool
then
dude.
we met, and then, you know, everything just started taking off, man. So God bless you. God bless everybody watching, man. That was a most impeccable part of my life, man. It really hit hard. So,
Man, that's awesome, and I appreciate it, man. Let's back up a little bit. Real quick though, big shout out to LMFJ. Like I said, that beat you just heard is his beat. He's one of the top producers and DJs in the country. Big shout out to him. He just won producer and DJ of the year for the SLM Awards. So big shout out to my guy, man, for real, for doing this thing. We're gonna rewind a little bit. You know this man from a small country town where he be like, y'all know where Abilene is? And that's a small ass town right there. But you know you from a small town where he was like, yo, y'all know where Abilene is? I'm from a smaller town down the block. You know what I mean? So, man, let's talk about like, so you doing the comedy thing, man. Man, what were you like as a kid? Like, were you that class clown or like, you know? What I mean? Like,
man, I was always
like
getting in trouble. You know, always getting in trouble in school, man. You know, teachers get mad because I'd make a joke out of their lectures or something. You know, like they'd say something, I'd be like, you know, like all right, go to the back. You know, that was it. Like I was like, I was just kidding. You know, like you know, we got to go leave and shit. So that was always me, man. Like you know, even when kids get in trouble, I was like, you deserved it. You know, you did. And they were like, out the class now. Like I'm like, you know. So it just it was always like that. It was just. I just always like to be comical, you know, like I don't like to take things serious, you know, like it's there's too much troubles in these worlds to take things serious, you know, it's like, you know, if you're going to be that Karen or that Kevin or what do they call them, you know, like, I mean, those are just some vibes that I like to break down, you know, like try to make people laugh and get those vibes out and stuff like that, you know, even in a fight. You know?
So I'm gonna try to make you laugh before I throw a punch.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, oh, you can't fight me, though. Oh, you out, you know, like, so, even in a fight, I like to make them laugh, you know.
That's funny. So you mentioned, you know, you would go to on the piano bar and do crowd work. Big shout outs to Two Tone Dueling Piano Bar in Katy, Texas. Up until then, did you realize like you can do comedy?
I mean, I've been on stage, and so what happened in Waco, man, that's where it got started. When I first found out that I could do comedy was I was in Waco, and I worked a bar in Waco, and I told them about, you know, because there was this one bar in Houston, League City, that I worked at where they used to do bingo. It was just regular bingo. Right.
Y'all pay attention to what he's about to say. Comedy and bingo together. He might be on to something.
So they were doing bingo, right? And they wanted me to host the bingo because I was a bartender. I had the day off. They were, hey, can you come in and host bingo? You know what I mean? So I came in, and it wasn't comical. It wasn't supposed to be comical. I just made it comical.
Talk about, you know this man lying when he said, it wasn't comical, but I made it comical. It wasn't supposed to be this, but that's what I did anyway.
Yeah, so it was supposed to be just regular bingo, like, you know, like B5, I-45. You know, no, I wasn't going to do that. I was like B5, and somebody like, woo! I'm like, shut up, bitch, you ain't winning yet. You know, like, and so it was something like that. And so it was, I mean, it wasn't that vulgar, but it was funny, you know, people liked it. And then so the owner of the bar was like, hey, can you do it again next week? And next week, so every week I was doing this bingo. I was just hosting bingo, just regular host. So they started calling it comedy bingo. So they started advertising it, hey, we're doing comedy bingo. And I was like, you're advertising comedy, so now I have to make jokes. I was like, now people are expecting jokes. Shit, now I gotta start writing material. I gotta start getting some jokes together and stuff like that. And then it took off from there, and it was good. And then, you know, things went south, and I ended up going to a different job. Ended up in Waco, and you know, and then I told them about it. New bar, new people, new owners. I told them about it. They were down for it, and we did a 4-week show in Waco, and it took off, man. And then so, you know, from there, man, it was just like me wanting to get into comedy, you know. And
that's
that
dope.
was kind of like the start of it. Dope. So when I came back to Houston, man, I don't know what it was, man. It was just that vibe, like, you know, people were like, dude, you need to get on stage, man. So I actually got drunk one night, and I went to a karaoke bar. And this guy was like, hey, man, you mind if I do a little comedy bit, you know, just talking shit to people? He's like, yeah, go ahead. I was like, For real? I was expecting him to say no. I was just fucking around, you know. And then, so I did it, and then everybody was like cheering when I got off stage. I was like, yeah, this is it. This is it. I'm gonna do this.
I like it, man. That's dope. We gonna rewind a little bit. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the show, man. Like this how I met him. He was constantly hitting me up every day to get on stage. And this goes back to his work ethic, man. We got that boy Stupid in the house. What's going on, my guy? Big shout out to that boy Stupid and his wife, man. They just had a baby a few days ago. So so big shout out to my guy, man. For real. Y'all should have another one though. Y'all really should. Like you guys should start today with another baby. I believe that's what y'all should do.
It's all precious when they first come out, you know, because they're quiet. They sleeping, you know. But wait till they 2 years old. You be like, hey, it's your turn. It's your turn to take care of this.
It's actually crazy. He just jumped in here. He said, no more babies. Big shout out to my guy. It's crazy. He just jumped in because what I'm about to say is actually about him. So big shout out to that boy Stupid. Like I said, him and his wife just had a baby a few days ago, baby girl. Their middle name is Reckless. Big shout outs to that. I'm lying. That boy Stupid put a comedy show together, man. The Laugh Your Ass Off comedy show part 3. That was his third show he put together. So big shout out to him, and big shout out to him, man. He added a hip hop party to it, so I was in charge of getting the artists and hip hop night / comedy show. And this goes back to Blue. Blue wanted to get on this so bad. Like so bad. He kept hitting me up, yo, Jay, if you got a spot, let me get on, let me go. I had to explain to him, I'm not in charge of the comedy, I'm just in charge of hip hop. But man, every post, every time somebody promoted this show, you see Blue in the comments. If somebody drops out, I'm your guy. If somebody drops out, I'm your guy. Now, mind you, got 15 people promoting this, right? This man even showed up. You know what I mean? I was gonna let him host my half of the show, co-host my half of the show with me. If something happened, he had to leave, whatever. You know what I mean? But the fact that he showed up on a wing, before I even mentioned to him about the whole co-host, he was showing up just in case somebody dropped out. You know what I mean? So that just shows his work ethic right there. You know what I mean? He's showing up, you know, more somebody just in case. You know what I mean? So it's like how once again, how can I say no to someone? You see that boy Stupid. Blue definitely gonna be on part 4. Laugh Your Ass Off part 4.
Man. I won't let you down, bro. I promise.
So, and this is my thing. For a man to show up on a hope and a dream that he's gonna get in, knowing he's not on the card, how can I say no to having him co-host my half of the show? Yeah. You know what I mean? This man showing up, hoping he could work. So my thing is, man, this man gonna show up. I gotta put him on stage, at least on my half of the show as a host. You know what I mean? So that work ethic, that says a lot about you, my man. For real.
Thank you, man.
And then mind you, this man works out of town. Man's working out of town Monday through Friday in Austin, and then coming back in town only on the weekends.
You always see on weekends.
Still trying to work. I used to travel the country doing commercial roofing, and I know me when I came home, I wasn't trying to do shit, like real shit. So for this man to be out of town all over the state, you know what I mean, and then come home for 2 days and still want to grind out there, I respect that hustle. Like,
Thanks,
for real.
That.
I truly respect that hustle.
Like, man, you got a lot of followers doing the same thing too, man. So that's why I love this group. I love following Jay Reckless. You know, anybody, you know, got some podcasts out there, man, it's got the same kind of positivity, man. That's what I love to surround myself by, man. Positivity, man. Like that negativity, you can see yourself at the door with that. That's it, you know.
Definitely,
keep
man.
It alive, man.
Let's talk about like I said, you being from a small town, man. Like I said, you know he from a small town. When he mentioned a small town, he was like, my town's even smaller than that. Man, what is the goal for this episode, man? What's your goal for this?
The goal for this, man, the reason why I came out, man, I you know, first of all, I wanted to come out to, you know, basically, you know, revive myself from having to leave early from last time, you know. So I wanted to make sure that I came up and, you know, make things right, you know, the way it was, because, you know, I didn't want to miss out on another one, you know. So it's, you know, there's some things that go on, you know, you make a mistake, you gotta go, you know, some, you know, it's always something. But, you know, my goal for this podcast, man, is to get my name out there, because I know a lot of people in Houston. I used to be a bartender for 22 years, so I know there's a lot of people out there that you know, that know me that have seen me, that have loved me for no reasons at all but the alcohol. You know? But, you know, they always come back and see me, you know, regardless of the reason, you know. And I always make people laugh. Even as a bartender, man, I always make people laugh. You know, being behind the bar, just, you know, talking shit to people, you know, it was just always me to make a joke. You know, even in some of the serious situations, like I had a boy go into a seizure. And my homeboy's girl, I was like, "Hey, you're like you work in medical, right? Like you could help him, like you know." She was like, "Dude, I work on dead people." I was like, "Well, then get the fuck back." And everybody was laughing. This dude's like literally going in seizure. And shit. I'm like, "Well, then get the fuck back." Like, so even in serious situations, man. Like, so I want to make sure that you know this podcast is going to reach some of the hearts of Houston, and you know, next time they see me on stage, they're gonna say, "Man, I know that dude," you know. And so that's all it is, man. Like, it's not about the money, man. It's really not about the fame. It's just about getting myself out there and breaking that curse, you know, that traditional curse that goes on in your family. That you know that we're, you know, like say you got a whole bunch of people that just didn't make it. Like you probably one person in your family that made it, you know. And so I want to be that one person. Oh yeah, you got a couple people that made it.
Man, to be honest, man, I'm the black sheep of my family. And I'm actually gonna tell my story soon, but I wreaked havoc in this world all my life, bro. In and out of prison, you know what I mean? In the streets selling dope, you know what I mean? So I was that one family member. It's like I had to prove something. You know what I mean? When I first started my journey, it's like it would upset me that I wouldn't get no support from my family and friends. I mean, I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of my family and friends, especially family, didn't support me. And I had to look back and realize, well, Jay, what have you done in your life for them to want to support you besides wreak havoc in this world? You know what I mean? And then it's like, I would think about, I get it. But another side of me would be like, Dad, when I'm doing good, why they don't want to support me? It's proof of concept. Proof of concept. I fucked up 20, 25, 30 years out of my 36 years on this earth. So 6 months in, I'm like, damn, no one's fucking with me. But I got to realize this 6 months, which next month will be a year doing this. You know what I mean? So we even say a year of doing this doesn't erase the 25, 30 years of the fucked upness I did. You know what I mean? So my family's finally starting to come around. I got friends that's finally coming around. Big shout out to my cousin Crystal. She's been supporting me since day one. You know what I mean? And a few others. You know what I mean? My brother Roddy. You know what I mean? My cousin TJ. My cousin Jamel. You know what I mean? A few other ones. But no, I'm definitely not. I'm not the only one in my family that's made it. I got my cousin Loso. He's big shout out to Loso. He's a top 10 battle rapper in the world. We got my brothers in Canada. Big shout out to Micah. He played professional football. You know what I mean? He played in the NFL, the CFL. He played in Europe. He's considered to go to Europe. He's a quarterback. He won his last 7 seasons in Europe. He won 7 straight championships. You know what I mean? So making it is a thing in my family, you know what I mean? I just got on the train. I got on the train late, you know what I mean? So you know what I mean. So big shouts to everybody. I'm just glad I finally found my niche. You know what I mean?
Well, see, that was the thing with me, man. I couldn't find my niche, man. I've done everything from being a cook to being a waiter to being a bartender to being an electrician to being a carpenter, a roofer. I worked in concrete, man. I was just gradually going from job to job to job to job. And I was always good at everything I did. It was no matter what it was, but it just never felt like me. You know, like I just, I worked my ass off and I would do what I was told, but it wasn't me, man. Like, it's like, man, it's gotta be something better than this. You know, I always had that mindset, gotta be something better. There's gotta be something better, man. And so when homeboy Lobo, shout out, he moved me down here to Houston, man, because he saw the troubles I was getting into when I was living in Fort Worth and Dallas, man. I was just, ride or die, you know what I mean? And so like he was like, man, you just gotta come to Houston, man. There's plenty of jobs out here. So I came out here, and that's when I became a bartender, and then after that, it was take off from there, man. So yeah, I never really found my niche, man. And so I am the biggest black sheep in my family. Everybody else has got their careers set, their houses or whatever, cars and stuff like that. Me, I don't have all that. I got friends and family and stuff that support me, but I don't have everything they have. Like I'll probably it'll be a while before I get what
and that's cool though. And that's cool because don't don't look at what they have and then compare you.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean.
No, I never do. You know, it's always just like, damn. You know, when am I gonna get mine?
Nah, I feel you.
You know
I
what
feel
mean?
you, man. Your time
It's
is
like,
now, man.
damn,
2024, we all winning, man. We got a team, man. We got a team and a bunch of good people that we work with, man. And this year's our year, man. Big shout out to that boy Stupid, Black Smooth. Big shout out to my boy Jimmy Cooper, man. We actually expanding the Records Talk podcast this year too. So we got a sports segment coming up. You know what I mean? We all doing big things, man. And we all gonna stick together, man. We gonna win. A big shout out to Chef Lamb, man, for real. Chef Lamb, that's another good one, man, for real, for real. Big shout out to my wife, Lavanya Graham, man. She's a published poet, so her book is out right now. We're gonna do a little promotion right now. Her book is out right now, so if y'all want to check it out, it's called Love Spell by Lavanya Graham. It is on Bookleaf Publishing. Y'all go ahead and go to Bookleaf Publishing and buy her book. Her hard copies will be available in a few months. So yeah, y'all definitely go show some love, man. She writes erotic poetry. You know what I mean? So she'll be on the show soon. So yeah, there's a lot of
It's like a big hit in jail, you know.
Man, I'm telling you, right? Man, big shout out to Something Real Barbecue located at 2111 South Gordon Street, Alvin, Texas. Man,
Alvin, yo. I work in Alvin, yo. I'm gonna have to go by there and day when I get off work.
They only open Monday through Saturday.
Oh,
so you can check them out Saturdays.
Yeah.
Something Real Barbecue located at 2111 South Gordon Street. Best barbecue in Texas, man. A small family-owned business. That's Mr. and Mrs. Fisher, both owners, man. I definitely go check them out. They are amazing. If I'm not mistaken, they're open Monday through Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Wow.
Oh, hold up. Here we go. Lavanya Graham on Amazon and Barnes & Noble's coming soon. So her book will be on Amazon and Barnes & Noble's coming soon. So right now it's on Bookleaf Publishing. Hard copy coming out soon, and it will be on Amazon and Barnes & Noble coming soon. Y'all definitely go check it out, man. Amazing book, amazing author. Should be on the show soon. Here we go right now. Bookleaf Publishing, bookleafpublishing.com in ebook now. Man, let's talk about the start line, man. Like we just spoke on, we're both black sheeps in our family. It took us a while to find our niche. Man, just to get to the starting line, it was a struggle.
Yeah.
So now that you're at the starting line, they blew the gun and the race has started, man. What's next?
Man.
What do you got coming for this year?
Man, I'm hoping for a lot of different shows. I'm hoping to hit downtown Houston. I'm hoping to go back to the Woodlands and recap on, the Laugh Out Loud and stuff like that. Like, that was tight, man. I like that show, man. I brought my brother, my sister-in-law. That was funny, bro. Like, I had a good time, man. I didn't get a T-shirt, but maybe next time.
Yo, talking about
I was like, yo, but motherfucker, here I was in front of the stage.
Yo, that boy Stupid. Hold on, I need to call that boy Stupid. Oh, Black Smooth and your favorite T-shirt, man, to the front of the line right now.
Yeah.
So every show, Black Smooth, when he gets on stage, he throws out T-shirts, he hands out roses to the ladies. But I'm gonna need all three of y'all to the front of the line because y'all almost gave my wife a concussion. Y'all are tossing these T-shirts like they are fucking pitchers in the major league throwing fastballs. I need y'all to call that down. Yo, I don't know how like my spidey senses kicked in and shit, but like real shit, my spidey senses kicked in. I've seen all these fucking T-shirts flying all over the room and shit. And then my thing was like, I said one was coming our way, and I don't know how I did it, but I said like, and I caught it right, but my wife's face was right behind my hand. So I'm gonna need y'all to chill out and throw a T-shirt so hard. Just toss them in the air. What we call it, a roofer's toss, where you just like that. We don't need no fastballs. Y'all crazy. Y'all tripping.
Get one of them guns.
Yo, that shit was funny, man. I actually said something. I commented on, so I forget whose post it was, but I said, man, the T-shirt man almost knocked out my wife. I'm gonna teach y'all how to throw. But yeah, that was an amazing show. We had about 250 people show up. Yeah, I already pulled that up. Oh, she said, "What's up?"
Yeah. Oh, what's up? I didn't see you say, "What's up, Blue?"
Yeah,
what's
I didn't
up,
see
girl?
that either.
What's up, Miss Grain?
But yeah, that's an amazing show, man. About 250 people showed up. Big shout outs to Mason Your Face and all the artists that showed up. I ain't even gonna lie, Mason Your Face brought about 30 people with him. So big shout outs to everybody, man. We doing big things next year. Blue will be my co-host for damn near every single event this year coming up.
Come see us.
We're gonna be doing comedy. We got hip hop events. We're gonna be doing acoustic events, pop, funk. A lot of events in Kemah this year. We'll be doing events in Katy, Texas, at the Two Tone Duel and Piano Bar. Big shout out to Kathy on that one. She's in charge of marketing. So that's our goal for this year. We're gonna try to take over Kemah, man. Where do you see yourself in 5 years doing with comedy, man?
Man, I don't know, man. I picture myself, a lot of times, because they always say to continue your journey, sometimes you have to stop and think about where you're gonna be. Picture yourself where you're gonna be. Don't just think about it, but picture yourself, feel yourself where you're gonna be. And I feel myself on stage, man, with like 200,000-300,000 people or something. I see a lot of Kid Rock, man. So I love Kid Rock growing up, and so then Kevin Hart came out, he was cool. Damon Wayans. Man, in Living Color, stuff like that, bro. Those were my Mad TV and stuff when it came out, bro. Those were always my shits, man. Like I always watched stuff like that. Even growing up, it was like The Simpsons and stuff. It was always, watching comedy shows and stuff like that. So I've always pictured myself just walking up on stage the way Kid Rock did in Bigger and Blacker. Okay. The way he came out, he was just like,
yeah.
He's just like everybody, he's just looking around, bro. And he's just like, that's where I want to be. In 5 years, I want to be like Kid Rock walking on the stage.
All right, I can dig it.
Big ass smile on his face.
I definitely dig it.
I follow a lot of it too, man. Kid Rock, man, he has a design. If you ever do a lot of research on Kid Rock, man, he has a method to his comedy. So what he does is he has like this box.
Kid Rock or Chris Rock?
Or Chris Rock.
Chris Rock.
My bad. I'm saying Kid Rock. My bad. Chris Rock. Sorry, I did a little bit of. No, I'm just kidding.
Yo, we got the Taco Hut in the building. You're my boy, Blue RECKLSSS. What's going on, man?
What's up, Taco Hood?
I need to holler at you, man. We need to get that taco challenge going on, man. For real. Yeah. Definitely. I need to holler at you.
But Chris Rock, man, he has this thing he does. He has like this box, and in these boxes, it's like these little bitty boxes, and each one of them has a label of jokes. Yeah. And so what he does is he has a guy in the back, and he has like earphones, and as he's telling his jokes, if he goes off, the guy would say, "Hey, you're going off on this joke, but you can collaborate with this joke." And then so he'll go off as he's telling a story, and then he'll go into the second joke. So it's like a chess game, man. Like, I mean, you're basically playing chess, but you're doing comedy chess, So it's like you're just making the right moves at the right time, and just making people laugh when it's necessary. And they have a thing where it's like you got to get a laugh every 10 seconds. So if you don't get a laugh every 10 seconds, you're losing the crowd. Mm-hmm. After 10 seconds, you're losing the crowd. And so if you see my last show, man, it was I was losing the crowd, and so that's when I'm like, all right, y'all, I don't think anybody's paying attention, I ain't see a lot of love, and that's when I started doing crowd work. I'm like, all right, well, how many, I started my jokes were getting, I watched that show over and over and over and over, and I've seen where I was missing some of my punchlines, and it was just like, damn, dude, that joke should have been better, and that's all it takes is just practice, and I rehearsed that whole segment. I rehearsed it over and over and over, night after night after night until the show started. Yeah. And so I came out like, I knew what I was gonna say, but just some of those jokes I just kept forgetting. I was getting nervous, stuff like that. And so that's when you gotta start talking to the crowd. If the crowd's not paying attention, you gotta start bringing them in. You gotta bring it back. All right,
so let's pause right there. So we got my pops in the building. What's going on, pops? Like I said, we got Taco Hut. Yo, send me a message, man. Send me your number so I can call you as soon as we finish here. I'm being Houston, all over Houston all day, man. We definitely need to link it and get this taco thing together. It's saying that. So you said you were losing the crowd. Yeah, you talking about at Tiki Hut, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, check it, because you definitely was. You definitely fucking was. You definitely fucking was.
Plus, I did a little bit of drinking before, and I got a little drunk, so I was just like, nah,
here's my thing with that. But here's my thing. So I truly believe, as someone that watches and is a big fan of comedy, And I could be wrong, but I truly believe depending your crowd depends on your jokes.
Yeah.
Because, and this is just my opinion. So we had Crazy Ass Nero at my last event perform, right? And I thought he killed it. He was funny as fuck.
Yeah.
But the crowd didn't think that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but if you see Crazy Ass Nero at that Boy Stupid event last week, the whole crowd was loving him. Yeah. So in saying that,
you gotta learn your crowd. You know.
How do you deal with different crowds? If you see it's not working, how do you deal with it?
Well, I'm glad you asked that because this comedian, he used to do. I can't remember his name, man. But he was a pretty popular comedian, and he seen me in Waco. He's like, man, I used to come. He's like, what you should do, he said, to win the crowd, you have to tell 3 jokes to get started. You have to tell a racist joke, you have to tell a sexual joke, and then you have to tell a political joke. And then from those 3 jokes, the 3 most top subjects of the world is racism, sexual, and political. You know, or I don't know if that's the top 3. It may be in the segment of 10.
It's the 3 controversial.
Yeah. So you tell a joke. You know, you'll say, yeah, we got couples in here tonight. Yeah, you know, whatever. And then you don't see anybody laughing because obviously it's probably not couples. It's probably new, you know, or whatever. So that's how you know your crowd. So we start talking about couples, and then you hear like a whole big crowd like, we're couples. Like, oh. Then you start talking shit about how couples are, you know, like you start doing the jokes about couples and how relationships are bad or good or whatever, you know, like how your wife annoys you or how your girlfriend annoys you, you know. Then that's how you get into, that's how you start winning the crowd. Then if you start doing couples and nobody says anything, you're like, okay, you know, and then you start, you know, then you go into like a racist joke. You know, you start saying something about, like, I'll start with myself, you know, like I'll be like, well, yeah, I was like, I'm not even Mexican, but people think I'm Mexican all the time, you know, and then, you know, and so, you know, you just go from there, and then you start seeing who laughs, who doesn't, and then you start going into the politics, because everybody wants to talk about politics. There ain't a person in this world that won't get into a political conversation, you know, like, I'd be like, fuck Trump, they'd be like, hey, hold on, man, hold on, you know, like, let's talk about it, you know, it's just. So it's, you know, it's those 3 jokes. You have to tell 3 jokes that to win that crowd, and that's how you start to read your crowd. And that's what he told me, and that's what I kind of try to do. That's why I ask questions like, "Have we got any couples in it?" And I didn't really hear nothing. I was like, okay, well, how many single people we have in the house, you know? And then you start seeing them, and then I was like, okay, well, who's here to get laid, you know? And then that one guy like, whoa, I was like, oh,
right
shit,
here.
man. Yeah, it was like one guy in the whole building. I think that was Element J that said that too. Yeah, but that was funny as shit. That
was dope.
Yeah, so but that's how you do it, man. You gotta if your jokes, your stories and stuff that, you know, because there's stories that you can tell a story and then it leads to a punchline. You know, people are like, where's he going with this? And then all of a sudden, bam, everybody start laughing, you know, and then you hit that punchline. And so there's stories that I tell, and then if the punchline's not making it, then I'll start doing like the crowd work and stuff like that, try to get in there. You know, like, okay, well, what's up with you, man? Like, you look like you're lonely tonight, you know, and just start you know, working with the crowd, and then just go from there and just try to feed off the top, you know. So that's the biggest thing that I got to do whenever I go on stage is just try to find that crowd, you know. Yeah,
hell yeah. Man, we're about to go ahead and end this interview, man. This is great, man. This is funny as fuck. This shit was funny. For real. If y'all just tuning in, man, make sure y'all go ahead and watch this from the beginning. This is a funny-ass episode. For real. But before we go ahead and end this, man, what advice would you give to the next generation, whether it's comedy, whatever they want to do, you know what I mean? Whatever they got planned, what advice would you give them while they're trying to follow and pursue their goals and dreams?
Man, I would just say the one biggest thing is just follow God, you know. That's it.
Man, I like it, plain and simple.
Love Jesus, follow God, you know, plead the word, and you'll do just fine. I mean, that's it. That's all you gotta do. Follow, you know, you don't have to follow the dreams, just follow Jesus.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like it, man. I like it, man. My pop said I would like to see Blue on one of his shows.
Yeah.
She said, amen. Y'all guys will be seeing Blue a lot more on stage doing comedy, and he'll be co-hosting damn near, if not every single one of my events this year. So you guys will definitely see him. Yo, we got Vicente Gutierrez in the motherfucking house, man. Y'all go ahead and follow Vicente, man. Shit. He's a dope ass artist out of Houston doing big fucking things. And every time we come in here, I'm gonna show love and I'm gonna promote. So before we end this episode, let's go ahead and show you some of Vicenti's artwork. He's doing this big old piece for all the Houston greats, all the artists, you know what I mean? It's gonna be a big ass mural. I know they started at like 20,000-30,000 for the bid on this piece. Big shout out to my dude, man. Amazing artist. I had him on the show a few weeks ago. Dude is amazing, man. For real. So big shout outs to my guy, man. Keep doing what you're doing. This is like one of my favorite ones.
Say hello to my little friend.
I'm telling you, man. Dude's a beast with it, man. For real. So big shout outs to my guy, man. For real. Doing big things.
Thank you, Jay Reckless, for having me on the show, man. I appreciate it. You know, you living in Sugarland, man. I can't be sticking around too long.
Can't tell people where I live.
Oh, my bad. Cut that out.
Nah, but you all good, man. I appreciate you, man. I wish you success beyond your imagination, brother. Like I said, y'all be seeing him a lot on stage this year. Every single one of my events he'll be a part of. And you see that boy Stupid say he's gonna be in Laugh Your Ass Off Part 4, so that's gonna be dope.
Hell yeah,
man. We got a lot going on, man. Me and that boy Stupid's planning a lot of shit for this year. It's our year. It's our year. Also, I made a post about it on Facebook. We are extending the Records Talk podcast into doing sports this year. So one episode a week we'll be interviewing local coaches and players. You know what I mean? Starting either a month or two from now. So that's definitely going to be happening. Like I said, we're taking over Kima this year. Our goal is to take over Kima. We're going to be doing 12 plus events. Man, we doing our thing, man. Once again, I appreciate every single one of you. This is your boy Records Talk with the Records Talk podcast. HoustonCityBeat.com. We are the storytellers of Houston. We've been live on YouTube Music, and Facebook. We appreciate every single one of y'all. H-Town.